into place. Every step walking with grace, amen. Keeping my foot off the brakes. Impact, I'm ready to brace. We fall down and land on our face, just to get up and finally escape. Wait.
All right, guys, and we are back. Eldo race series, and this was a packed one today. Couple heavy hitters, a lot of teams today. The goal for this race, and I'm gonna keep this one short. I mean, it was plain simple. It just it was a hell of a workout, I'll say that for sure. I think it was the fastest Eldo ride I've done to date, and it got definitely pushed. The goal was quite simple. Get a workout in, but be smart about it. Be strategic. And as we all know in racing, somehow that goes out the window real quick, because that's exactly what happened. And it's funny because I was just having a conversation with Crit Dad. So shout out to Crit Dad, because he was gave me some tips in regards to what to do, what not to do, and some good advice. And one of them, he said, is you will find out that you might have a plan of attack and then everything goes sideways. So just be prepared for that. And it's funny because that's exactly what happened in this race. So after I heard that, I said, you know what? I'm just going to chill. I'm going to play it cool. And yeah, do an effort if I have to, bridge if I have to, but I'm going to minimize my power. I'm going to be smart about it and just try to go hard the last 3 laps to have a good position. Of course, off the bat, it was a whole different thing because it got somewhat spicy real quick. And so then I came to the dilemma of, man, I got to chase somebody's wheel here because something's going to go off. And it did. Unfortunately, I went after the wrong one. And we'll get more in details to that. But shout out to the one and only Mr. Greg Kim here. Give me some pointers and basically said, hey, JP, you just have to go full gas all the way. I'm playing. He didn't say that. Greg is always a good dude. Yeah, we have a couple other people here ready. Shout out to Brad too. Brad always gives me some good advice. In fact, one of the early races, he was the one that pointed out to follow a certain wheel that helped me tremendously. So that's always a good one. And by now, guys, I'm kind of getting a feel of everybody and understand that some of these guys are insanely strong. They might not show it. And the one thing about cycling is that you got big legs like me, you can look fit as hell, and at the end of the day, man, you can have some other guy that looks the totally opposite win the whole thing. So judging somebody by the way they look, the other thing I learned real quick was judging somebody by the type of bike they have doesn't mean squat either. You have guys roll up with the most expensive bikes and, they might not even, do what they're supposed to do or what you expect they're going to do. And then you have this guy maybe with some rim brake, old aluminum bike, absolutely crush everybody. So again, that's the beauty of cycling, and you just never know. So this race got spicy very quick, and yeah, I just completely did the opposite. And at the end of the day, it was an insanely good workout, but I did work my ass off. And of course, you guys can end up seeing the whole outcome of this here real soon. And with that said, let's get into the race. All right, so here we go off the start. And normally on this race, it's always pretty neutral. The first lap, pretty neutral and pretty chill, nothing crazy. And normally this goes on for the first lap, pretty chill, nothing insanely everybody's kind of adjusting. There goes Mr. Vidal. By the way, this guy's a beast. You let this guy go by himself, he will just completely take off. This guy has mad power. One thing I learned so far is that if this guy ever goes after anything, you just need to follow, because it could be a dangerous thing. And if I'm correct, this guy always finishes on, top 5, top 10 for sure. And it's funny because he started going off the left, and everybody's all like, yo, man, it's the first lap. Let's just go neutral off it. And he kind of let off. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, that guy, if he takes off, he's gone. There was also a glove in the field. I don't know how that got there. And it was there until the second and third lap, which was crazy because then we started picking up the speed. So good for whoever went over there and got it off. That definitely could have been a really bad safety hazard for sure. So yeah, getting the legs ready here. About to start going off. Now we're turning into the final turn here on the second lap. So this is now where we start picking it up, and you can clearly see here that now we're just going off. Now I'm staying in the front here. There's no way I want to get pushed back, so they took off, and I'm right on this gentleman's wheel, and we're gonna get moving here. And this is where it's sort of it got pretty and you guys saw that that was pretty crazy. Somebody with an e-bike just completely crossed on the field, and I'm glad we were not pushing anything harder, because she did not stop, so we would have completely just hit it pretty bad. It's not a good thing. So we're going. We're now starting to pick up here. The pace is getting faster. We got Kellen in the right there, and I think he's the one that ended up no, he took third place, and he was part of a breakaway that I wish I should have just followed him, because I know this guy's strong. So I always try to keep my eye on him. And there's another couple gentlemen that I know for a fact that if they leave on a breakaway, they're going to be pretty much gone. And Vidal is one of them too. Bill Harris is another one, number 28. I don't see him here yet, but as you can see, everything got pretty active here in the front very fast. So I'm thinking I just got to stay behind somebody, yet I'm still trying to conserve energy, so I'm not going to completely spurge up and I'm going to ride a train. But this was the crazy thing here that you saw, which is kind of split up. So you see somebody go for an attack, and then they'll open up, and everybody's kind of looking at each other. And I'm just like, I'm following, guys. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here, but whoever follows somebody, I'm jumping on their wheel. So that was kind of the plan, right? Just to jump on somebody's wheel, stay close, pay attention to the play, see what happens, and adjust from there. So we see this gentleman open up, and I think this guy's telling him, hey, you threw a bee at me and I got stung, which actually I think is really what happened. He did get stung, but the gentleman in the front did not throw a bee at him. And man, the guy Titan team here just starts ripping it, and I'm actually, I'm not fully committing, but I'm thinking, man, this could go somewhere. And I hadn't seen that gentleman before, so I don't know what kind of power he has. So I wanted to stay close enough where if something crazy did happen, I have enough to latch on, but also not too close where if it wasn't going to go anywhere, I'm not exhausting or burning matches. So far, I'm doing pretty good here. The headwind here was crazy. It was literally just head on. You can see on the flag there on the right. So the goal here was on every turn, I was trying to sort of be on the inside slightly to the side and try to get as much cover as possible, which it did work, because I felt that transition on that turn really good compared to other times. Here we have somebody coming to the right now, and so he's going. I'm staying on this gentleman's wheel here, still conserving. We got the pack behind us now. I'm sticking like glue to this guy right now. We're gonna catch up the guy in the front. letting him kind of do his thing. I don't think he's going to get pretty much far. I didn't see the number. I didn't see who it was. But, you know, he has some distance up there. So we're gonna ride this train here. Staying active. Feeling good. Legs are good. I forgot my heart rate monitor, guys. Apologize for that. So you don't see that data. But I was doing pretty good. I was staying, 140-ish. Nothing crazy. Low 140s. And we're moving. Doing pretty good timing here, pretty good fast pace. See the gentleman in the front over there. Somebody's gonna counter this attack. I remember that for sure. You know, this is the other part too, right? That there's gonna be situations where, and I found this out during the last ride, where a team member would sort of stay in the front and slow it down, and if you don't catch that fast enough, you're gonna get pushed back. So look at that, I hit 1,000 watts just to jump on Vidal's wheel here, and this is the next train moving to catch that gentleman in the front. And I'm feeling good. See, movements like this, it weren't hurting me too much. This was good. I was catching on great. Energy was still good. So I'm just like, hey man, if I can continue to do this, I'm gonna do very good, and I'm gonna feel good. However, that was not always the case, and you'll see soon where I kind of start screwing up. But so far, everything's kind of going on plan, right? And we see somebody take off on the left there. That other gentleman is still in the front, so we haven't kind of closed him up yet, but he is in range, which that's a good thing, because when you're by yourself, really, there's only so much you can do. We see that gentleman from Titan take off on the left, and here we go. Everybody's just jumping on trains now. Gonna have to. You see that gentleman, the gap getting closer. I go on the pass here. That's Vidal still in front of me. All right, and we're moving. The other thing I feel I gotta work on is proper. The wind's coming from the left to right here, so it's not too bad, but I did in my previous video catch myself jumping onto the wind in scenarios where I should have been drafting behind somebody. Not a smart move, but nonetheless, it's something that I just gotta work on, be more effective. And by the way, shout out to number 18. I don't even see him here on the list. Oh, Ricky. Man, that guy got some power. Dude, it's you know who it reminds me of? Edgar Davies played for Holland back in the day, Nike commercial. Same build, everything. The guy kind of moves like him, but man, the guy is like the Edgar Davies of cycling. He does some attacks and some counters, and he always stays smooth yet active, man. It's, you see him pop out of nowhere and close a gap, and then out of nowhere he's somewhere else, and you're like, how did you get there so fast? So pretty good on that side. So yeah, here we go. Everybody caught back up here, taking a little bit of a mini break, and then you see Vidal again go on the left there. This guy's just like a locomotive, just going crazy. And then we have Jackson there on the right, Team KRT. Then we have Matt as well, cycling cassette. Go give him a follow on his video. Does some good stuff. I'm waiting for him to load his video. Actually, I was behind his wheel for a while, so we'll see that. And here we are. Everybody's back together. I kind of took a little step to the back just because that front was getting too active. And again, I'm going off of Crit's dad advice. JP, hey, be smart, be conservative. So I'm saying, okay, I'm going to take a break, go to the back a little bit, catch my breath, save some watts, and I'm here. And I will be honest though, I do not like this position. It's not a good one. I'm not all the way in the back, but I am too far in the back that the way this was moving, I just felt that if anything shifted here really quick, it might be very bad for me. So not a fan of this position, and might be a dumb question to ask here, but are you only staying here for a certain period of time and then moving up, or what is the transition here, right? Watching the play, I don't know. That's something that I still haven't yet figured out. Maybe when you have a team, then, you know, it's easier to maneuver and adjust. But when you don't, it's kind of you're here solo gunning it, trying to figure out. And I did notice that there was a couple times when there was a splurge in the top, and some people in the middle or towards the back didn't even move it. Like, look, we already see a takeoff over there, and there's a breakaway, and you know, now I remember I was like, dude, am I going to miss this boat here? What's going on? I see too much activity in the front and nobody's covering it. Nobody's moving it. And so, yeah, this is not a position I like to be personally. Is it the most effective? Maybe. Is it the proper thing to do when you're recovering and just trying to figure out what your next move is going to be? Sure. For somebody that's new to racing, it just kind of feels like, man, I'm going to miss out on something. And I surely did, because that's eventually what happened here. But here we are. So we're moving. I'm behind Matt here. And Matt's a strong dude, man. So wherever Matt goes, I'm thinking I got to just stick on him, because Matt's going to know what to do. And Matt's always, I would say like 90% of the time, involved on any sort of attack or counter or stuff like that. So you definitely want to be behind Matt, and if anything jumps off, you better be stuck like glue on his wheel if you even want to be part of the game. That's just the reality. So all right, we're moving. We're coming into the last turn here, and so far there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm back here close to Matt's wheel, and this right here is always the hard part, I would say, on this race. Coming from the third turn with that little uphill to this one, it's always the one that if you don't get it right, you will be completely lost. And this is sort of what happened on this race here with me after just completely burning myself out. But anyways, so we're here trying to see what's going on. I see Kellen on the left. I know he's a strong guy, so I don't see him doing nothing crazy yet. So I kind of feel like, okay, I'm not missing out in the front, because if it's something crazy, he would be up there, and a couple other guys that are just close to Matt here too as well. So, you know, I'm thinking, all right, this is everybody's got caught up. Craig is up there too. So those are like the main guys that I sort of try to look for. And if I see that they're still in the pack, but then we see, you see, there we go. There goes that attack on the left, and it had Kellen on it, and I missed it because I went on the right side. And that's the crazy thing about cycling. So you could just, one little bad mistake will cost you. Now, Kellen was part of that big breakaway that eventually those three ended up winning the race, and we were not able to catch up to them. I think this was it. This is when it happened, because they're already in the front, there's a Titan guy up there as well. So now we're gonna see their whole team move up, and you can see that already. So now there's 3 green jerseys in the front, and this is something that I should have caught at the moment, but again, race awareness, right? I wasn't paying attention, because they could slow it down if they have a guy on top, and I think that's exactly what ended up happening. And so everybody's still moving here, trying to assemble. They're on that top already, and I'm not sure that breakaway took off yet. See it right now. Turn. Coming into the second turn. Oh yeah. Yep. There's a breakaway already. And we're still not moving fast enough. There's a breakaway there. We should be already pushing a lot harder to try to catch it already, especially because we know those guys are strong. So I did not know a Titan guy. I think he was Eldo, that was his name. That was the first time I seen him on the race, but he took off, and it was Kellen and then Bill. So very strong riders. In fact, there was actually 6 or 7 that initially took off with them, but then eventually ended up dropping out. That's how strong those guys are, just so you have a perspective. And those guys are Cat 1 and 2s. 1, 3, and the other one was a 2 as well. So yeah, very strong individuals. Yeah, this is a tough race. This is the Masters 40 plus, Cat 1, 2, 4, and most of these guys have been racing for years, have experience. Yeah, we see that little breakaway on the top over there. And I enjoy it. It's a very hard race, very tactical race, because they're very strategic. And depending on who's here, this race could get very crazy very quick. So yeah, there is that breakaway. I think this is when it happened. And as you can see, he missed the boat. Now we're working hard to try to bring that back. By the way, the legs are still feeling good. Everything's still, you know, not bad, not hurting. Feeling strong.
I got a couple terms to bring this back.
Right, we are definitely picking up the pace here. By the way, also shout out to Kendall, number 25 there. Also gave me some tips after I went for that crazy breakaway and caught it. And he's like, hey man, working like a workhorse here. Give me some good tips, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that always tells me something. I never take anything in a bad way. I'm always just trying to learn. So, all right, here we go. I have to make a move. I remember that it's just, this was not moving. And obviously with that group in the front, I just felt we're never going to catch him if we're not, you know, doing anything. So I took it upon myself. Gonna jump as close as possible. Get into Craig's wheel here. We got Matt over there. And make an effort to try to bring these guys back. Now, I'm still under the assumption that there is only 4 guys in the front. I was not aware that there was more in front of those guys. These were just people that were falling off. So, you know, Bill, Otto, Kellen, Vidal, you know, those people had already taken off. And, you know, people were catching up to were just people that were falling off from that initial group. So at one point I said, screw it, I'm going to make an effort to try to catch it. And I was not aware again that, you know, there was just more people over there. And at that point I just felt it was pointless to even try. So we got everybody back here now. Made a great, good little pool here to, you know, get people to work together and hopefully bring these guys back. We should have had that guy with the e-bike just hook us up and give us a good pull. Here we go. Yeah, everybody's here now. I'm actually feeling good here. Very well protected from the wind. And then I decide to go to the outside. Jump on this gentleman's wheel. Get back. Good position again. And this was a good train to jump on. See, this is good. I'm starting to see good openings. I'll jump on it. This is a really good one to jump on because it just catapulted me to the front. Well, not to the front, but at least I'm with this group here. And now if we could just stick together, work, we could definitely get there. So I take it upon myself to go catch these guys because I just felt we were not moving fast enough. So here I go. And I am 100% pushing now. And I'm, again, guys, I'm thinking that this is the only group there. I was not aware there were still 4 or 5 more in front of these guys. So I'm going full gas here to try to catch these guys. And it was almost, I would say, half of the whole lap. So yeah, this is typical JP right here. I mean, you know, I tend to forget that there's no way I'm going to have somebody help me recover after this. So whatever I do here is going to be by myself. Now, what I realized after is if this was indeed just that lead group, I should have just, I mean, well, I did not know it, but my thought was if this was the lead group, I was going to push hard enough just to tackle behind them and ride that breakaway. And I did. I created somewhat of a gap behind everybody, but obviously you can only sustain this much for so long. I'm going to run into headwind here real soon, and that's going to be another bad thing. But, you know, I'm starting to get here. I see a gentleman in the front that was part of that initial group. I'm thinking, okay, maybe the other ones are just there, and this guy could help me, and we'll get there, and we're back to this breakaway, and this could be a good win finish. And no, he's tired. So okay, let's go to the next one. Who's up here? Come on, man, help me out here. Tell me we could do something, because I looked back and that gentleman did not stick on my wheel. So he no, he was not having it. He was tired. So I'm moving up here. I see this gentleman. I said, all right, hopefully this guy could say, all right, I'll work with you, man. Let's go catch him and we'll ride this breakaway. Going. I'm still feeling good though. Heart rate is not crazy yet, but I was closer to like 175. And nope, he's tired. So now I'm like, all right, this is not gonna go nowhere. I see 2 more, and I thought this was the breakaway. So I'm thinking, well, at least I caught up to the breakaway. I'm going, still pushing. Got a little bit of excitement because I said, man, caught these guys and now we can make it happen. And they were like, no, man, it's not us. They're like, we're actually not even in this race. And I said, oh, great. And we have this gentleman that was on the initial break catch up, but he's not having it. And then that's finally when I found out that there was more people. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, you have Ricky here, and I just jump on Ricky's wheel. And, you know, by now everybody's caught up to us. You know, the whole group is like behind me again. So, that was just a major pull that I did, which got us closer to the initial break, but obviously there's more. And here I am pulling again. Because, of course, what's there better to do than just to keep on pulling? But this time I moved quickly and I said, no, guys, I'm going to do too much. And we see the Titan gentleman there in the front, which he has a guy in the breakaway. I was not aware of that. And so he's going to bring it down. And of course he is, because his teammate is up there. And as you can see, he just pulls off to the side. We're going to chill now. Dropped insane amount of wattage and speed. And I'm just like, guys, why are we slowing down? At this point, I think we got as close as to 15 seconds from the lead group. And then every time we pass, I would just hear 30, 35, to eventually when I think it got to 40 seconds. At that point, I just felt there's no way we were going to catch them. So, yeah, here we are. There's a big breakaway group in the front, and we are definitely not working together here to catch them. In fact, we're slowing down a couple times. And yeah. Yeah, we see 3 other ones on the top there that are being caught up. This is when we realized that, yeah, that other breakaway was pretty far off. I mean, you had guys falling off that little group. That means they were pushing some pretty crazy numbers. I mean, we did a good job. Either we did a really good job catching back up to the ones falling off, or those guys just decided not to keep on working and just wait for the train and see if there was any hope that all of us together caught up. You know, the other thing about racing is that the more I do this, I start noticing individuals that don't participate, don't work, and out of nowhere they show up and you're like, I didn't even know you were part of the race, which is crazy. Apparently it happens more often than none. Some of those have ended up placing, yet they never do work. But I mean, yes to all, whatever's good for them. But I mean, you know, Eldo, I take it more as this is your training session. This is where you come in and kind of go hard. You want to go hard. This is where you work on specific things and put them to play. If you're just gonna sit around and wait, let everybody do the work, and then last minute, you know, go up there. I don't even know if I would celebrate that as a win. That would be, I don't know if that's a good thing.
35 seconds, 35.
All right. Here we go. I'm starting to get slowing down a bit. I think everybody just realized that we're probably not going to catch up to that group. I heard Jackson was part of that initial breakaway, and we ended up catching back up to him. Yeah, this was pretty much it, guys. A couple little more pulls that I did, and eventually ended up just blowing up. I don't know. I think I ended up doing a little too much that I needed, and nutrition before this was not on point. Even during this race, for the amount of work I was putting in, I should have just had some calories in and carbs, which I didn't. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna let the rest of the video just play out and you check it out. But it's pretty much the race here, guys. This is what it was. Don't forget, give me your comments, share, subscribe. Got more other stuff coming up. Some pretty cool stuff with drones, and get more visuals and stuff like that. I want to take this channel to another level, make it look more dope. At the same time, you know, to share this whole journey. It's always quite the interesting one, to say the least. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll let the rest of this play.
I think we got 3 to go. 50 seconds now. 3 to go. To the right! One to go, buddy. One to go. Finishing up the match. We're celebrating rider number 64.
What you do, Craig? She say fifth? You got fifth?
I got started in the field, then.
Oh, I got dropped on that final lap. Too many pulling today.
I didn't hydrate enough. I was cramping up, man. Do it.
3 laps to go. 2 laps to go. 3 to go. 3 to go.
What's up, bro?
So we're like, why can't we have a circling?
I didn't have one, so I did too many pulling today, dude. I did so many counterattacks that on the last lap I was down.
That's what Kevin's good, man. What the fuck?
What? Oh yeah, man, I braked it like